Tell me your story. No, I'm dying to know what happened with your friend.
Oh, right. Well, my friend was not very clever, and she was in Milan. She went into the metro. Into the metro?
Yeah, she went into the metro because it's underground, so you can go inside.
Ah, right. Okay. And that particular metro station, they had lifts, and not like the escalators, but the lifts. And
Wait, she got pickpocketed in a lift.
No, but wait.
Sorry.
She was wearing a backpack, and she went into a full crowded lift, and she didn't take off her backpack. It was just on her back. And then she was like, oh, I got pickpocketed in Milan, in the metro. I was like, you were wearing a backpack in a crowded lift.
That's very silly. I always get really scared in Madrid when I have to take my laptop anywhere in the metro. And I cling to my bag like some kind of crazy person, you know? Because I'm desperate
laptop is so big.
Yeah, it fits in my bag. Got a big bag. Hello, Anna.
Hi, Emily.
How are we today?
Good. Why are you being so weird?
I'm not being weird. I was just thinking about the podcast and the fact that we are the grammar police. And I don't know, I had this feeling that we've not talked about crime enough. Do you know what I mean?
Is this going to be our first look into true crime and forensic psychology and...
Oh man, I wish, but I don't know anything about any of that. So it's a no from me. I will have to limit myself to watching those makeup, do my makeup with me and listen to this true crime story.
Or the mukbangs.
Oh, yes. Eat pizza with me and talk about somebody being murdered. That's a wonderful start to any podcast, any video. I love it. In fact, I would recommend it to students learning English. You should definitely watch these videos about true crime because they may be scary, but they're interesting and it's a good way to learn English. But anyways, forget all of that. We're going to talk about crime today. Specifically, we're going to talk about all the words in English associated with stealing. Have you ever stolen anything, Anna?
Yes.
Wait, really? Do tell.
Not like actually.
You've stolen my heart.
Oh
well.
I've just stolen lipsticks from my mum when I was 10.
I thought you were going to tell me that you've been to Sephora recently and just stolen a lot of stuff.
Oh no, I've actually broken into the Fort Knox and stolen a few things.
Fort Knox. Oh yeah. How much gold are we talking about?
I don't know, I could probably afford a coffee now here in Finland.
Expensive joke. Everything's expensive these days, right? Maybe it's justified to go out stealing things. But it's true. The prices
Don't steal, people, don't steal. Jokes.
Yeah, we probably should.
In case you don't understand sarcasm, don't steal.
Unless your electricity bill is high, in which case, steal. No, I want to talk about the different types of stealing because there are some situations that I have had as a tourist that other people have had just in life, and when they have to explain what has happened to maybe the police or another person, saying I had something stolen or someone stole something from me, sometimes is not enough information. So let's talk about some of the specific words associated with stealing. So I think we should start with the direct synonyms. Now, Anna, you were laughing about this before the class because this is also a name in English. The word rob. Rob. Why do you think this is funny?
It's just so funny, Rob. It's
Robbery.
Thinking about such a serious situation, you've been robbed.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
just
yeah.
sounds so funny to me.
You're just like imagining a person called Rob being like, "Ha, you've been robbed."
Yeah, like you've been Emily'd. You know, it just sounds
Yeah.
funny
Well,
to me.
after this episode, you will have been grammar policed.
Oh, wow.
Please cut
sounds
these out.
violent.
Cut them out. Cut them out. That sounds terrifying. You've been Englished. It's very scary.
Oh, Christ.
But no, robbery, what would you say, or would you say that there is a difference between stealing and robbery?
To me, robbery sounds very serious. Like if I steal a lipstick from my mum, it's technically stealing, but I wouldn't say it's robbery.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like when we talk about robbery, it always has this indication that we're talking about maybe violence or trespassing. So if you know what trespassing is, if you don't, trespassing is when you break and enter someone's home without their permission. So if someone robs something from you, maybe they do it with violence, but they can also do it with by breaking into your home. So yeah, these kinds of ideas are a little bit scary. I think if your mum said, "Oh my God, you robbed a lipstick from me," perhaps you'd be like, "Okay, mum, calm down for a second."
Yeah, exactly.
But there are some, of course, we're talking about synonyms here, more or less, but robbery also has some other synonyms. For example, rather than saying "I was robbed" in British English, it's a little bit more common, well, I say in British English, in many other dialects as well, to say "I was burgled." Burglary is the same idea, that you break and enter someone's home and you steal something from their home and then escape. So if you have ever been burgled, of course, it's quite a scary experience to have someone break into your home. Have you ever been burgled?
No, I haven't. I've never experienced anything like that. What about you?
No. However, I do remember a time when I was a kid where people were breaking into people's gardens and stealing animals like rabbits and chickens.
What?
Yeah, maybe this is, you can tell I was not raised in like a big city, because some people would have...
From?
No, I'm kidding. Well, that's the thing. I was actually raised in a city. That's a lie. But a lot of my friends had rabbits. I say a lot, maybe like 2. But it's weird that it happened 2 times, right? It's weird.
Yeah, that's like serial killer stuff, but just serial burglar stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So in the case of burglary, you know, they enter your home, they take something from your home. They can also destroy the place, you know, these kinds of things. It's not right. And then, going more along the side of violence, have you ever heard of the word mugging?
Mugging. As in like mug, like coffee mug mugging?
Like a lovely mug of tea. No, it's a little bit more violent than that. Mugging, I feel like, happens in a more public place. So if someone steals something from you violently in public, this is a mugging.
Ah, okay. I think I've heard like mugged. I think someone's asked me that. Like, have you ever been mugged?
Yeah, probably. It's quite common. There's a phrasal verb nowadays in British English, which is to be mugged off, which means to be rejected by a potential lover, or to be treated like an idiot. So if I say, "I've just been mugged off," it means that someone has maybe treated me like a fool. English is a curious language. Such a stupid language, man. We say some stupid things.
I can't stop thinking about mugs, like as in like a mug.
That's the thing as well. A
that
mug.
You drink from.
If you say, "Oh, I feel like a right mug," it means like I feel like an idiot.
What is your obsession with things that you can drink out of? Like, what is this
we
mug?
love tea. We love tea. Come on, it's the British stereotype. We love tea. Yeah,
I love that. Mugging. Okay.
Yeah. So you said, though, that in Finland, you know, it's quite safe. People don't really get mugged. Do you know anybody
No.
that has had anything stolen at all?
No. Never.
Lucky.
Like, I don't, but like I said, before we started recording, I've just, like, never experienced anything like this. And I also know no one who has experienced stuff like this, other than that one person in Milan who got pickpocketed.
Yes. Well, that's another one. Pickpocketing, as you rightfully said before, even though it may not happen in your own country, because your country is very safe, no tourists are safe from the possibility of being pickpocketed. So how would you define the difference between pickpocketing and, for example, stealing or mugging?
Well, pickpocketing is more like a discreet sort of thing where somebody steals something from your pocket or like bag or somewhere without you noticing, whereas mugging is violent, like you said. You notice when someone's mugging you, whereas you probably don't notice, or you might not notice pickpocketers.
Unless the pickpocketers are bad. Anybody who lives in Madrid knows that pickpocketers in Madrid are not very good at their job of pickpocketing. I have been pickpocketed twice in Madrid, and they were both failed attempts. They both tried to take my phone, and in both situations I just followed them and said, please give me my phone back, and they did. So
oh, that's so polite.
I know, it was great actually. It was quite a pleasant experience. It made me more careful in the future, so it was pretty good. But
it was me and my friend. My friend and I were in Barcelona a couple of months ago, and like she's also from Finland, and obviously because we're not used to all this like all this stealing, pickpocketing, environment.
Barcelona's pretty bad for it as well.
Yeah, and everywhere, like, they had signs that said, like, be careful of pickpocketers, or, like, beware pickpocketers, and it was such a weird feeling. We were both, like, holding our bags, like, oh my god, can we, like, breathe for a second? Everybody was warning us.
Apparently that is a trick used by pickpocketers. If they put a sign that says beware of pickpocketers, people automatically go to check their phone, their wallet, things like that, so that pickpocketers know where you keep your phone, your wallet, and all of your important things. Yeah, I know. Spooky.
No. Now I have to start tricking them,
Yeah,
check
exactly.
the wrong pocket.
Checking your forehead, looking inside the top. Actually, don't do that.
Inside the top?
Yeah, that's where I keep all my important things. I'm sure there's lots of important things that I've lost, and I would find them if I just,
took your shirt off.
Yeah. But there's one more I didn't tell you about before we started, and this one is so specific. These words that we have, they always make me laugh. Shoplifting.
Shoplifting.
You take the shop and you pick it up and you put no.
This is like moving house all over again. Like moving your house, lifting your shop.
Yeah. Lifting your shop.
What?
I'm taking your shop. I'm stealing your shop.
Please
Shoplifting, of course, is when you steal something from a shop, right? It doesn't matter what kind of shop it is, of course. However, if it is a bank, this is not shoplifting. This is robbery. You are committing.
It's not
robbery.
bank lifting.
Bank lifting.
Pick banking. Pick shopping.
I like that. Bank pocketing.
Bank pocketing.
It works. But shoplifting. I mean, I feel like that's quite. I don't want to say that shoplifting is common, but I feel like. Maybe it is.
It probably is, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's perhaps one of the most common forms of stealing now in the modern world, because it is quite easy. I'm not telling anybody out there to do it.
And if you're, what are the people called? Kleptomaniac? If you're a kleptomaniac?
What's a kleptomaniac?
I don't actually know how to define it. It's a person who wants things.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, kleptomaniac is like somebody with like a a really strong desire to
Like
steal stuff, right?
Like an OCD or like a compulsion that you just want to steal from everywhere. So I guess, obviously shoplifting. Those people probably don't commit robbery every day. So shoplifting is something like relatively small. If you steal a top from like H&M, it's a relatively small thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. But still, I mean, if there is a condition named after it, then shoplifting is probably the most common one.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's anybody who enjoys burgling and it is a compulsion for them to break into houses. But who do I know? I don't know. Maybe all of my friends are good people, unless they are not and they haven't told me yet. But yes, these are all of the words associated with stealing. Now, let us know in the comments, has this ever happened to you? Have you ever been pickpocketed? This is the most common for tourists, no? I know me in my life, I've had my fair share of pickpocketing. I don't want it to happen to me again. But yeah, so those are all of the different words, and we hope that it was useful.
Yeah, and let us know if you can think of any cleverer words for shoplifting, because that is annoying.
It is a little bit weird. Create a word for us, please. We beg of you. Excellent. Thank you very much, guys. Ta-ra!
Bye! Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment below if you have any questions related to the topic, and we will try our best to respond to you. Please subscribe to the channel for a new podcast episode every Saturday, as well as essential tips during the week. See you next time!